Okay, are you ready?
I am.
This is just for you, Aaron.
I can hear it. Or, I mean, I can hear it, yeah. Wait, are you in-game?
Yeah. Just watch.
Are you playing the music
Watch,
through
watch.
in-game?
Look at that. Glorious.
Oh, God, the Wings of
I
Love.
did it.
No.
Just for you, Aaron.
No, tell me you didn't get them. Oh,
I've
no.
had them forever since the
You know
last
what's
time.
bothering me more than the Wings of Love?
What's that?
Those unskinned ascended weapons.
Oh no. No, no,
That's a
no.
much
Look at that. Look at
bigger
how
problem.
glorious that is.
That's a much
Pink
bigger
and
problem.
hearts. And if I didn't have the music playing, you would hear harp music.
I winced at the unskinned ascended warhorn and axe.
Dude, no, it's where it's at. You have to prove that
Ooh.
you got it. Alright,
Ooh.
that's where you're.
Okay.
That was just for you.
I'm wounded. Going into the show wounded. Arctic Karen solo. Yeah, dude, the hype Karen solo.
Yep. Alright. Well, that is us. Welcome to the show.
Hey, everybody.
Hopefully our
That was a
music
hell of a way to start.
I know. I planned that like so early in the week.
Did you?
I really did. As soon as you started complaining about the
Oh,
Wings of Love, I
no.
was like, "Yup, I know what I'm gonna be doing. I'm
Oh,
gonna troll
man.
him."
She was already ready.
I was ready.
Not cool, man. Not cool.
Yes, and I don't have reskinned ascended weapons on most of my ascendeds. I just leave them because I'm like, that's right. Some of them get reskinned, but not on my druid because one, I never play her anymore, and two, why?
My heart constricts.
That's okay. Now my legendaries never get reskinned either because that would be wrong.
Unless you've made Quip, then you have to reskin it.
Nope. See, Quip.
Required.
If I ever made Quip and the Dreamer, I would leave them in their glory of obnoxiousness.
You know, I used to hate the Dreamer. Don't hate it so much anymore. It's not bad.
It poops
It's not
out
bad.
unicorns. What's to hate about it?
I mean, it's got, like, when you look at Chuka, right? Chuka is just
Chuka.
this, like, huge lump of matter that's not really anything. Whereas the Dreamer has, like, kind of a nice, elegant shape to it. Like, it's slim. I like it, dude. I like it better than Chuka.
Chuka's got a nice shape.
It doesn't. It doesn't.
I like its
It's heinous.
footprints,
It's
the
heinous.
claws. Yeah, one
The
day I will
footprints are
finish
good.
making. Quip is really good.
Welcome to the show,
Welcome to
everybody.
the show, episode
To
3
the
of TyriaNow. I know we're sitting here talking about trolling each
to
other.
the legendary podcast,
Yes.
ladies and gentlemen.
Our meme title for this show is an Envelopacalypse on the Wings of Love. So I had to, of course, do the Wings of Love for you.
And the reason you had to do the Wings of Love is because you didn't do your envelopes.
I didn't. I TP'd them.
Yeah.
I
But
got. I had
how many
32.
total did you buy?
I had 32.
32.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Whew.
I know. Well, it was envelope opening night would have been Monday night because that's like when you did them.
Yeah.
And we raided and we did Doom and we went overtime and I was like after Doom I was like okay I can't do silver wastes and I'm not gonna have time tomorrow so I didn't do them so I TP'd them.
I'm sad.
I know, but I
But you
TP'd
did
them
make
for
money. You did make money.
I sold them for 45 so after TP tax it came out to like 41 42 so
That's 9 gold that you didn't have before.
yeah but it's just
That's 9 whole gold.
I know, but it's still not enough to like incentivize me. I know we had this
That's
whole
like
discussion over week.
1/5 of an ascended weapon.
Yeah, but not when you've got raid tokens.
Infinite. You've got
I've got
infinite
mag shards,
unskinned ascended weapons.
and I can get them anytime I want. And I've got more sitting in my bank. So,
Rip.
you know,
I'm so offended that you didn't skin them.
I'm sorry. I mean,
Yeah, like we've got people in chat that did over 1,000. There's a guy that comes to my stream that did
mhm.
12,000, like Mighty Teapot did.
Josh, did you do 1,300 envelopes, or is that your profit?
No, his envelopes. I think he said in my stream chat he made 500 gold out of it. But yeah, since the most efficient way to play Guild Wars 2 is to buy as many accounts as you can and farm
Yeah.
login rewards and envelopes, that's possible.
Yeah, there were a couple of
Sorry, I'll
YouTube
get off my
videos.
soapbox now,
Yeah, there
guys.
were a couple of YouTube videos making the rounds this week on people who just the easiest way to make money is to have alt accounts
Yep.
that you pay real live money for to make fake money. But I don't.
I've decided to retire my main account and play only hardcore Iron Man from now on, just so I have an excuse to not make multiple accounts.
You told me about this Iron Man thing that you're going to be doing,
Yeah, I'm pious.
permadeath, which is
I'm
actually
pious about
perma
it.
survivor, but
I mean, well, in so it like the Iron Man concept has been around in
yes.
online gaming since like EverQuest, right?
Hmm.
So it's colloquially commonly referred to as Iron Man.
Okay.
In
Yes.
chat, he'll be done with it in a week, 1,200%. I won't. I'm dedicated. I'm dedicated to my piety.
So you made a good amount of gold on your
I did.
envelopes.
Yes.
How much did you make?
Well, so I'm like we were just talking about. I don't farm multiple accounts, so I just did them on my one account. You can get a total of 36. I want to say on one account. It could be a little more. It was either 336 or 352, something like
Oh,
that.
you
Listen,
said 336.
there were
Three.
so many days.
I think that it was 336 is what you told me. I remember that number.
All I remember is I came out with a profit of 160 gold at the end, which I know what you're thinking. Wow, what a tiny number. But to a poor little lad like me,
But dude,
who may,
you farm like Silver Waste and Istan and all of that.
I make my legendaries one at a time. Okay, just like the next man. It's a tiny little sum of money.
I
All
know.
right, it's a tiny
Yeah.
little sum of money.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's the thing is if I was swimming in gold in this game, if I actually made an effort to um play the trading post and all that and made that my gameplay or the focus of my gameplay, then I don't think I would feel as bad about dropping money, 400 gold on whatever the envelopes. But
But you
because I
get
don't, because I
get
actually,
500 back.
yeah, but I don't invest, so I don't. You see what I'm saying? If I did,
So
then
you
maybe.
can't. So you're saying that you wouldn't be able to pay for the daily envelopes in the first place
I mean,
without farming.
I could have, because
So
I had the gold.
so here's the timeline. At the beginning of the festival, let's say you've got 400 gold, right? If you don't buy envelopes at
I'd
the end
probably,
of the festival, how much money would you make in
I don't
that
know, but
3 week period?
it would have been less than I would have started with the return.
But if you buy the envelopes, every gold you spend buying envelopes becomes a gold 50, basically, right?
50-cent profit.
Yeah, it's more than before. I don't know. I don't know how else to explain it.
It's all right. It's okay. I know you were very into this, and I was very not into it, and that's okay.
I wasn't. If I was super into it, I would have farmed them on my other account too.
You Yeah. Do
But I
you have
didn't.
another account now?
Yeah, you can't do Iron Man without a fresh, clean
Oh, that's
account.
right.
Account's got to be clean.
Now have you done a full account or are you doing FTP?
No, full account. Full account. You got to have access to all the content
But
so
you're
that you
not
can
doing T
Iron Man all the content.
well, yes. But you
Like
could have like
Iron Man can't stop. It can't stop. It can't be stopped. It has to keep going forward.
so you're gonna do it.
Yeah, absolutely. So that
Okay.
was the introduction to the podcast today, guys. I opened envelopes and created an Iron Man, and Miko rated
I
as you.
rated but I only rated Monday this week, not Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. I was light on rating this week.
I mean, I canceled my stream 3 times this week because I just wanted to sleep. So
I mean,
we all
sleep
have those weeks.
priorities, yeah. It's okay.
Yeah, we all have those weeks.
I'm light on loot this week. But you know what I did do? When I
Hmm.
did have a little bit of playing time, I played story.
Oh boy. Oh
Yep.
boy.
And it was good because I was able to relax.
I did do a lot of gold farming this week. I mean, not even this week, just the last 3 weeks, like since the last episode, all I've done in game
Mm-hmm.
has been gold farming.
To make up
And a
for that,
lot of
to make up for the difference that you lost,
no, I
that you
didn't lose
spent.
anything. The main thing is I have a bunch of legendaries I want to make, right? So I need gold. But I've also been doing that dwarven puzzle room every day.
That's not true, QD. If there was $20 on the sidewalk, I believe me, I would be picking that up. But yeah.
The kind of person who doesn't pick up $20 on the
Shit,
sidewalk.
I pick up pennies. What the frick are you talking about? Anyways,
Picking up the pennies, but
that's right, man.
she won't take a gold 50 on a gold.
Nope,
I don't know what to tell you.
won't do it. But anyways, so what else has been happening this week in the world
Well,
of Guild Wars 2?
we had the Tournament of Legends last Saturday. Did you
Mm-hmm.
watch it?
I did not.
I didn't watch it.
I forgot. There
I
was
heard
that. I forgot.
well,
And I was playing story because I wanted to just relax.
I work on Saturdays, so I was working, so I didn't see it. But Magic Toker's team won. Magic Toker, famous Mesmer player, I believe,
I think that is correct.
in the Guild Wars 2 community. And I don't know for certain, chat, you correct me on this. I heard Sindranir was on that team as well. So it was a beefy team from what I'm aware of that won that won the tournament. And the first place people got to pick a legendary.
Yeah,
Anyone they want, even a Gen 2. You could even have a Gen 2.
that
So cool.
I did like that. I know we talked about this last time, but they're still talking about me not doing the envelopes. It's all right, guys. It's okay. Um, um, but one of the things that we talked about last week was that they would even include the Gen 2s. I think that was cool. Um,
Yeah, it was cool. I'm jealous. I am jealous. I'm not jealous enough to go get good at PvP,
mm-hmm.
but I'm a little jealous.
A little bit. Little
So
poquito.
congrats to Ranger Danger
Yep.
for winning the not automated tournament, the Tournament of Legends.
Yep. Congrats,
Very
guys.
very cool
Enjoy
stuff.
your legendaries.
Enjoy your legendaries.
Yeah. For free. Well, almost free. They had to play. But hey,
They had to play, but man, what a payoff! What
that
a
is a
dirty
nice
dirty
payoff.
payoff.
Yeah. I do hope that they do more PvP tournaments like that. I hope it wasn't just like a one-off. Um,
Absolutely, dude. Do PvP tournaments every month. Do bring back WW tournaments. Like more tournaments, guys. Bring
they
out host a raid tournament.
whatever
If
happened to the
Mighty Teapot can do it, ArenaNet can
now,
do it.
you know, kind of an interesting segue into this whole world versus world announcement thing got
Hmm.
that they mentioned on guild chat. I think it was last week.
Hmm.
Um, what do you think's coming? Because they haven't said. They just said it's not alliances, but get ready.
Well, okay. So I was chatting about this in Talking Scripts Twitch chat earlier, and what people were saying there was that they not only confirmed it's not alliances, they also confirmed it's not a new map. And that was kind of a bummer because I was like, oh, well, it would make sense to make a third Borderlands map, right? So that each Borderland could be different.
Right.
That would make sense, but apparently that's not happening.
I've seen people talking about that they think it might be mounts in,
Yeah.
which I could see being, but if that is going to be like their, hey guys, you can use your mounts in World v. World, I think people might riot
I
a
don't
little
think
bit.
it'll just be. Well, I don't think it'll just be mount. Like you couldn't
I hope
just
not.
blanket throw mounts at World v World. It would like the whole thing is balanced around running around on foot, right? So
Hmm.
it's. I think that's ever going
And
to
the
happen.
occasional gliding.
If they ever did a mount for World v World, it would be specific to World v World, and you'd have to level your WW rank up masteries to slot into it, right? And it would. I don't know how big the speed increase would be. It'd probably be more combat effective than anything.
Yeah,
Like think of it as a siege item instead.
I would like to see some tournaments brought back or like WW seasons that they had at years ago.
Hmm.
Um,
Chat is mentioning that they wish they'd changed the tournament rules from single elimination to round robin or Swiss. I'm not a tournament guy. I don't really know the different types.
didn't they try Swiss rules in WW?
I don't know.
I
Like I
want
said,
to say that they did
I'm not like
with
a
the whole.
competitive
I think it was
watchy
before
thing
the
guy.
server linking and all of that,
Yeah,
and
I'm not
then that
entirely
that
sure.
didn't really go over well.
The single elimination might also just be to make it fast, like
Yeah.
to just get it out the way, you know, just keep it moving forward. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, experimenting around with different rule sets wouldn't be the end of the world, right?
Mhm.
Couldn't hurt.
Can hurt.
So yeah, I can get down with that. Yeah, I have no idea. I think people were saying it's not going to be a new map, it's not going to be mounts, it's not going to be a tournament, and it's not going to be a bonus weekend.
Which
Because
leaves
I
us with.
heard, yeah, because I heard chat saying, or I saw chat saying that it's probably going to be a bonus weekend. I've heard rumors that it's not going to be any of those, right? And now, granted, the player base doesn't know for sure, right?
Oh,
But
would I would think that.
well,
I mean,
so
I'm
within
sure that there are some people who have some kind of knowledge, but perhaps
oh,
they have not shared.
there are people with connections, right? Like in the
Mm-hmm.
WW community, for example, there are people with connections, and
Sure.
word gets around, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like I have a World v World player that comes to my stream chat all the time, and so she like tells me this is what
This is what's
people are
coming.
saying
Yeah.
in the World v World community, you know, and apparently it's not anything that we've had before.
Yeah.
The supposed World v World update.
I don't think it would be a bonus weekend just because one, like you said, we've had it before, and two, why make a big announce saying, "Hey guys, something's coming,"
Yeah.
to try
I
and
mean,
generate some
why
hype.
even go on that Twitch stream and just be like, "Hey, we've got a WW announcement coming up,"
Mm-hmm.
and then just leave like
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know, man. Uh, this is why I'm not a game developer because
Yeah. But that should
I
be
would just
coming Tuesday now because it was delayed by the snow that y'all have been getting up in Seattle.
yeah, it's been snowy. It's been snowy. It's gone now. Like it's been rained away, right? But yeah, last week was a disaster.
Yeah.
So I can understand the announcement being delayed because I assume people have to be in office when announcements like that are made because you're going to get bombarded with comments and questions, right? And those need to be monitored, like on the forums.
I
I mean,
suppose.
that was my
Community
because I was
teams.
trying to
I
think
mean,
of
a lot of community team work couldn't be done remotely though.
true. Yeah, like because I was trying to think how a snowfall would delay an announcement, right?
Yeah,
And that was all I could come up with. Really was like, I guess they need hands on deck
I
to
guess.
deal with the fallout.
Yeah, I don't
I
know.
don't know. Right, I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, I'm not sure what's happening with the why they're not marketing this more. Um,
It's because Duffy
they're
Dub is
doing their the friendships campaign that they're doing currently. Is has surprised me in that it's been catching up with people from last year. Like it's not new stories, it's like follow-up stories.
I don't I get the premise of the friendships thing, right? It's like look at how much fun people have in Guild Wars 2 and look at it bring people together,
But
right?
I think it's still I mean, I know I said this last year when it was out. It still feels like a more internal GW2 player campaign rather than an
Yeah.
external MMO player gamer
And
campaign.
I don't know how much resources that I mean, I know they put significant resources into it last year because they like made those high quality
Mm-hmm, the
here's a
videos and
story
everything.
videos, right? Like that takes some doing, you know.
Yeah,
I don't have they haven't done anything like that this
this
year.
no, this year it's just been blog posts that are text interviews with
Yeah, and that's
maybe a screen cap or a picture or two, which is from like last year.
and yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, obviously the point must be for outside players to see it, right? But I just I don't see people sharing them around that much, right? I don't
I
see
haven't
them
seen it
getting
shared
big
at all.
hits on Reddit or anything. So I don't know
I think
how
Reddit is the subreddit is just ignoring it.
subreddit just cold shouldered it. And moving on. And more fan art, please. Ah, there we go.
Yeah, it's
Sure.
just yeah.
Yeah, I think it just missed, right? I think it just missed. I think it was a wholesome idea, right? But people were super soured to it last year because of the thing, right?
Yeah,
And now it can't recover from that stigma.
yeah.
So it's pretty much just
Which is
over.
what surprised me that they even brought it back this year. But
Oh yeah, I didn't expect him to.
yeah, I just thought
So
it was
yeah.
an interesting decision to bring it back.
But yeah, apparently the player submissions from the previous year end up being the friendship official blog post for the next year and so on. And I don't think anybody really knew that's how it was going to be when they didn't do a good job of like
I wonder
explaining
if
that,
that's actually how it was planned out.
which is why they had pre-prepped ones last year because that's how the format
It
they're going to go with.
doesn't,
They didn't
but
have one,
I
but
don't
they
know.
didn't say that,
No.
right? So everybody was like, "Oh, this seems contrived," and it's like,
I wonder if the follow-up stories is what evolved. I wonder if they had planned on having, focus on different people each time or each year, and then because of last year's reaction, they just went with follow-up stories that are just blog posts, no video. Video tends to get them in trouble.
yeah, true. Yeah, that's absolutely true. Yeah, like because if the player base sees you putting resources into anything that's not game development, they get all like, "Rah," right? So I can kind of get that. Chat saying Reddit talked about it a little bit, but they're not fans. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's
It's mainly a Twitter thing, if anything else.
this
That's where I
one
see it the most.
and the player quotes campaign from last year, which I'm so glad they
Oh
did not do
boy,
this year.
the player codes campaign.
Um,
I think that was
have
like a
been
Path of
there.
Fire launch thing specifically, right?
The player quotes one.
Yeah.
It was
It's
over
kind of-
like December and January of last year, and they were like some of the quotes were just out of context, and it 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 just like
Wow.
it was again like why no
Yeah.
context,
Yeah.
no kind of anything. So, yes, was the one that everyone remembers.
Yeah.
But it's just like
Wonder how many game copies sold. I
I
don't
don't
know.
know. I don't know. But I
Wonder if
don't
it
think
sold
the
any Wings
metrics
of
must
Love
have been
gliders.
good because they didn't bring it back. Um,
Yeah.
so I think probably they brought this one back because despite the criticism that the friendships got last year, they had a heck of a lot of submissions across all the social
Yeah.
media channels.
Like whether it's popular or not with like reception wise, people will always want to see their story on the Guild Wars 2
There's
social
that, and I
media.
think that it's also falling into the negative voices being loud, but a minority.
Yeah.
Um, so
Yeah, I mean there's a lot of like there's a lot of wholesome people in the Guild Wars 2 social media community. Like you there's so many like our peers and just people having a good time and like
why you gotta beg on a game?
I'm
You
not
know?
bagging on them. It's
No, no,
just
no.
I'm not,
I'm not saying like you, but I'm just saying in general. Like, why if you're playing the game and you're enjoying it,
yeah, and
you
there's
know.
there's a lot of those people on social media about Guild Wars too, just like, look what I did in Harathi Hinterlands tonight, right? Like I see that a lot. I see it a
And it's
lot. So
like that's
I
great.
can
You're making
yeah.
progress in your playtime. The one
And none of
thing
those people are the people crying on Reddit
no,
or anything like that, you know?
that's it exactly. Um, and I think one of the things that I've been surprised about because I have been playing story again. I started Living World Season 2, which is making me miss Marjorie, Casimir, and Rox.
Yeah, what happened to
um,
them?
yeah, they've been kind of invisible, especially Rox more so than the other two. But
Were they were in the final confrontation with Kralkatorrik, weren't they?
no,
They were there, weren't they? They weren't?
mm-mm,
No.
no, they weren't. Rox was there,
Yeah.
but you didn't really get to like. She didn't say much.
God, I really wasn't paying attention during that, was I? I
Mm-mm,
mean, they give me a timer and I dial in. Like they're like
mm-hmm.
beat this in 15 minutes. So
Yeah,
I'm like, all right, let's do this.
yeah.
Not paying attention to anything.
But yeah, it's. I've been surprised at how many new players or even veterans of the game because I go and look at their tags to see what their level is or how many mastery points they've got are actually playing through this old story content.
Oh, living
Yeah.
world maps are always full of people.
Yeah, but
Season
these are
three.
like season 2 was in Central Tyria,
Yeah.
and you see people going through like I know the who's actually playing through the story steps because they're going from all of the different open world
Because
events,
they're all well, and you
you
see
know.
like you still go to Fort Salma and you see people congregated around
Mhm.
that story marker.
Yeah.
Yeah, people
So
still be playing.
it's kind of neat that you've
Yeah.
still got people playing through such old story content.
No,
I think.
it's a populated game for sure. A lot of people like to rag on the game population, right? But it's a populated game for sure.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But
I'm not worried about it.
where is Zoja? Question of the hour, right? Yeah.
Oh, Zoja.
She's another. Yeah. But anyways. Um. So yeah. So World War World update is coming probably Tuesday at this rate.
Who knows what it
If the
is?
weather has improved.
I mean,
Um,
I'm still hope I yeah, beyond like the things that have already been discussed, I have no idea what it could be, right? I hope it's some progression related though,
yeah,
because
it would be nice
more
to
reasons to
see.
yeah, more reasons to play
It
is
would be
always
nice
good.
to see that game mode get some kind of something that's fun for the players who are still, you know, actively playing it.
The people who play it most actively mostly make their own fun in
Yeah.
it. It's a big thing for servers to like. A lot of servers don't play for points. A lot of servers just play to have big Zerg v Zergs,
Mhm.
and that's like their end game is just the act of Zerg v Zerging, right? They
Mhm.
don't necessarily like tier two people don't want to win their matchup. They don't want to go into tier one because then you're stuck with Blackgate, and
Yes.
that's not fun.
No.
So tier two is literally a battle for second place. Second place,
Yeah.
like tier two Worldly World is a battle for
It's like
second
if you
place.
win, you're like, damn it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the second place is the winning spot in tier two because all they want to do is have fun in Worldly World and
Mhm.
ZVZ each other,
Yeah.
and nobody wants to go fight Blackgate. Like,
No.
so then
Blackgate.
Blackgate ends up
Blackgate
against
is like
scrub
still so
servers.
hardcore.
Yeah, so Blackgate just ends up against scrub servers who end up like fake winning their way into T1, and it's just gonna be number one forever, right? Like it's just this cycle that feeds upon itself.
Yeah.
It's horrible. It's bad. It's in bad shape. Like, and that's not to say it's low pop. There's a
Mm-mm.
solid population that plays World v World.
Yes.
At least on some servers.
Yeah.
Like it's doing okay as far as it's a small game mode size wise, right?
Mhm.
So it's
Mhm.
obviously never going to have the population of PVE, but for what it is, it's doing okay. It's just it's corny right now.
Yeah.
It's corny right now.
Yeah. So I'm hoping that they do get. Uh, I'm hoping that they do get. I like this. Greetings from Blackgate in chat here, and staying
Greetings.
on Black. Always the winner, Blackgate. Yeah. They.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna dog on them. They are good at what they do.
To be fair, I roam on their borderlands because they don't defend their borderlands. They just go and bully everyone else,
On the
and
eternal
they leave their
battlegrounds.
borderlands wide open, and I just go around and eat up
Captains.
everything. Yeah,
Yeah. It's all right.
works for me.
So, what else? We had some surprise updates to Guild Wars 1 this over the
I
past
did.
couple weeks.
Did you log in and check it out?
I did.
I
Did you?
compacted my inventory in Guild Wars 1 and it felt very good.
Yeah.
It's very satisfying to compact my inventory.
Did you upgrade any of your inventory capacity over there with the new
No,
runes and whatnot?
no, I didn't use any of the new runes. Like I don't play,
I
right? So
know.
I wouldn't do that, but it's there for because there are people who still pick it up and they're like, oh, I want to get
Yes.
Call of Monuments points, right?
That
Stuff like
that
that.
game is a very active still.
Yeah, I mean, it's very active relative to what it is. Like you
Well,
go into
correct.
Camadan still has two districts.
Yeah, that's kind of
Camadan
crazy.
still has two districts.
Yeah.
It's full still.
Yep.
That's incredible.
People love that game.
Yeah, it's absolutely incredible. So yeah, it's there for people who want to play it, right? I don't have a problem with them putting some love into Guild Wars 1.
And the content bundle that went out.
Why now? Like, why wasn't this a thing literally since the inception of Nightfall? Like, since Nightfall, this should have been a
Hmm.
thing. This
Yeah,
should have
I
been
was
a thing
surprised that
since
the content
2006.
bundle went out, and I suppose that's a way to try and get players over into Guild Wars 2 with the whole you can level up your Hall of Monuments, blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
To have the
All
title.
Monuments rewards suck though, so nobody really cares about. People want it for the AP. Actually,
Yeah.
that's the biggest reward. Is you get 500 AP.
And the titles.
Yes, and the titles. Like
The titles are good.
the big thing is the AP though. That's why people want their Hall of Monuments done. Is the achievement points.
So why not? I mean,
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why they never like they have these standalone products that function independently, but it's like if you really want to get into Guild Wars 1, you got to have all of it,
I was
right?
surprised though. I mean, because they bundled everything up for what, $40 was it? And
Something like that. Yeah.
I was surprised because I didn't think that the standalones were.
I
I mean,
believe everything is
were
10
they
bucks.
about like 10, 20 maybe? Maybe
20, I think
prior?
actually. Yeah. I think they're
So I
20.
suppose, yeah, I mean, 40 is going to be a savings, but still, I was like, okay,
For a 12, 13, 14,
something
14,
for an old
14-year
game.
old game.
Yeah,
You shouldn't be charging $40. That's
that,
stupid.
that was. That was an X-Pack price. Wasn't that one of the price points for Path of Fire? 40 or was it 50?
30.
The
Path of
lowest.
Fire is 30.
So, yeah, what's going on here, ArenaNet? That was kind of
Yeah. And
interesting.
the amount of content in Guild Wars Prophecies through Nightfall plus Eye of the North is not nearly as much as what you get in even just core Guild Wars 2, right? Considering Core's Guild Wars 2 is free, so value wise, should probably drop that price tag a little bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah, and what like Kit is saying in chat, they put some store items back up, like heroes and skills for Guild Wars 1. So
Really, they updated the Guild
it
Wars
wasn't
one. Yeah.
just like combat. I mean, combat. The bundle. It was more. It was yeah. it, I'm intrigued.
What I'm most confused about is why this bundle didn't exist until now. That's what it just blows my mind. I don't know.
I don't know.
It seems like that should have been a thing since forever, literally since 2008 when Eye of the North came out. Like,
When and some of the things like with the inventory, the compacting and all of that's basically a Guild Wars 2 system that's being retroactively put onto Guild Wars 1 or ported
yeah,
over. Um, I'm reminded of the end of Guild Wars 1's life when Guild Wars 2 was coming. So I'm wondering how close are we to Guild Wars 3 or the next expansion?
dude, if they make Guild Wars 3, I'm hanging up the hat. I'm hanging up the hat.
Why?
I'm not starting over again. I can't be a noob again. I don't want to be a noob again.
What if
I
they
hate
let
it.
you port your characters over though from Guild Wars 2?
I mean, they would have to do like a full Hollow Onions thing. I don't know. Maybe that's why we have Sun's Refuge now. But I don't want to be a noob again. I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, I want to feel the wonder that I felt before." I don't. I don't.
You say that now, but I think that you probably would just pick it up.
Maybe. I don't think I'd jump hardcore into it though. I think I'd move on with my life. I don't know. I'm liking Guild Wars 2 right now. Like I don't want a
If
new
it were like Kid is saying, if it's another 2 years or 200 years, there, yeah, sure, our tunes would be dead. But who's to say that it has to be 200 years later?
who's to say that we don't get Aurene branded and that makes our tunes immortal, and then they can just make Guild Wars 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
We'd be
8.
in the mists,
Yeah, and we always keep
fighting in
porting
Dub
the
v Dub
character.
forever.
Yeah. Guild Wars 3, 100% PvP, also mobile.
Deo says you don't want to be a noob again, or you're not doing the Iron Man challenge.
Listen, I still have my main account though. That's the thing. I can be a noob on my own terms. But if I'm in a new game, I don't have any fallback there.
Right.
I'm out on my own.
Mm,
It's the problem.
yeah. But yeah, so that's my wonder. My wonder is what's coming. Why are they doing this now? And don't make me suspicious.
Yeah, I mean they could be gearing up for like a big get the Guild Wars 1 and Guild Wars 2 full bundles for an all-time low price of $50. And then they roll
Which
out
would,
whatever new they
yeah.
roll out the Guild Wars 2 MOBA or whatever.
Oh God, no. Yeah, I don't know.
And that's
Uh,
where the final fight with Krokator takes place, by the way, is in the
oh,
MOBA.
no, Lord, no, please.
They just continue the story
Guild
and then
Wars 2 mobile or whatever that
yeah,
people
in
have
the
been
next
suspicious
game.
of. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
pass.
Then kill Krokator with your finger.
Kill me now. Yeah, with with your finger. Pew,
After you've stockpiled 60 days worth of login rewards because all the rest of the gameplay is hidden behind a paywall.
I can't do it. Please,
That's how it's gonna
please
be, guys.
no. Please
The
no.
fu- It's the future of gaming.
Yeah. Uh, anything else you want to say about Guild Wars 1 other than it was nice to
Dude,
get
guys, if you haven't tried it, consider playing it if you liked games like WoW or EverQuest. If you don't like that old clunky combat, probably don't play it.
you can only jump by doing slash jump into
Yeah,
chat.
it is very much a product of its time.
Yeah.
And if you like the Guild Wars 2 combat style, if you like action combat fluidity, Guild Wars 1's
Guild Wars 1
probably
is
not for
not for
you.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um,
Consider it though.
Station. Yeah, it's still a good game for what it does.
Yeah,
I think
it is.
I still enjoy it when I get over to
Oh, I
Do
can
it.
do. My muscle memory is
It's still
programmed
there.
into me. I never forget how to play. I get into Guild Wars 1 and I'm playing like I was 10 years ago right away.
The one thing that I do now is try to dodge, which I'm like, oh wait, no, I can't do that.
I might a few, yeah, I try a few
But
dodges and then
other than that, yeah.
my brain reprograms itself.
Mm-hmm.
But like I'm in the game and I'm hitting C space right away.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you know,
And you can click
it's just
on your skills,
yeah,
and it's okay
it's
because
just
everything is slower. The cast time is
yeah,
slower.
it's just branded into my brain how to play Guild Wars 1.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a good game. Check it out if you really want that bundle. $40. You can go get it now.
Yeah, guys, Guild Wars 1. It might be worth a try.
You can get your Hall of Monument rewards, or you can
Again,
start the quest towards them to get all that sexy AP in Guild Wars 2.
500 AP, guys.
Titles and skins
You only have to
and
grind a
minis.
whole bunch.
Yeah, a whole bunch.
Have fun making 10
Start
to
on
20.
factions. Don't try to get a max level character in like prophecies because you will want to kill yourself.
Yeah, honestly, leveling 1 to 80 in Guild Wars 2 is probably faster than 1 to 20 in Prophecies.
Yes. Yeah, it is. It is painful.
Leveling in Prophecies is
Go
awful.
do factions 1 to 20, and then you can go import yourself over, get your heroes unlocked. You can go solo stuff all the time
Yep.
with your
There's another thing to add about Guild Wars 1 is it's pretty solved now.
yeah.
Like chat is mentioning people who do Gwam runs and stuff like that. Like
Mhm.
it's pretty solved if you know the right people. You can figure out some pretty cheeseball ways to cheese everything. But if you want to play it legit, it can be pretty grindy.
Yeah, Arctic brings up that you can zoom to 20 in Eye of the North. That is very true. I have done that.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Yep.
Kilroy Stone Skin Farm. That I did not know existed, but oh my gosh.
The bombing farm, I want to say they nerfed that, but it might still be a thing. What I would do is I would zip to Eye of the North to get Ogden Stonehealer.
Mm-hmm.
You get him right away, right?
Yeah.
And then you can go down to Draknar's Forge and use Ogden to 55 monk farm trolls for XP.
There you go.
Yeah, easy
So,
power leveling, don't have to pay anybody.
so there you go. You're gonna have to do a stream on that now.
I would probably rather eat gravel.
You should do a Let's Play Guild Wars 1 now.
Oh my god, everybody's done a Let's Play Guild
I
Wars
know,
1,
but
dude.
they're
It's
still
so
making them.
hacky. It's so hacky to go back and Let's Play Guild Wars 1.
Yeah, I know, but you would do it and it would be funny. And then you
Maybe.
would go back to your farming in Guild Wars 2 and be happy. Maybe.
Ah, dude, I burnt out heavy on farming though. I burnt out so bad on farming.
In Guild
Like
Wars
the
1 or
other day,
Guild Wars 2?
literally yesterday, Guild Wars 2, I was farming silver waste, and my chat was just like, "You should play an Iron Man," and I was like, "Yeah, screw this, let's go do that." I couldn't do it. Like, it was just like any excuse
Yeah.
to not do this anymore.
Yeah.
Perfect.
It's all right. Doing something else to keep your enjoyment of the game going. I think that's a good thing.
Every minute I spend not gold farming is a minute that I'm not catching up to Age Night Road on legendary count.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, and it does bother me.
How many
I
does
don't
he
want
have
him
now?
to know.
He's in
Yeah,
double digits,
I
isn't he?
think he's
Pretty
got 18.
easily.
I think he's got 17 or 18.
Oh Lord.
I just crossed the double digit threshold,
I
and
know.
I
See,
it's not.
Kokomo knows you're gonna be back to farming in a week.
I'm not, dude. I'm not. I might. I might be. Yeah,
Let's.
who knows?
Yeah, we'll see.
Good distraction though.
Yeah, yeah, I could see it. All right. So, also this week, there was a Forbes interview that came out with the developers explaining why turn your speakers off now if you haven't played season 4, episode
Aurene
5.
died.
Yeah. See, he didn't give you a chance, but yeah,
Mm-mm. No, if you haven't played it by now, you don't play.
I'm sorry. But yes, so the developers were explaining why Aurene had to die, apparently. And their explanation was rather cagey.
It's whew. Well, here's the thing. None of us thought they were gonna go into an interview and just be like, "She's dead. Stop." Right? Nobody thought they were gonna do that. So my thought process is like, why did you do the inter? I mean, there's probably money in it, right?
Granted,
But
they
there's
did they
not
did
money, but
several
publicity.
interviews post episode 5, and
And
they
it's I know
all of
why
them
they
are
did it,
very
right?
similar.
Yeah, like it's publicity for the game, so it makes
Sure.
sense why they did it. It's just it comes across as just like, I mean, we know you're not going to give any, we know you're not going to say what's happening in the story, right? So
No.
I'd almost like, to me, it almost felt like I didn't need to read it because the interview asked point blank, "Hey, is Aurene dead? Dead?" And they're just like, "Well, maybe. Who knows? Play the game and find out."
Yeah.
Like,
Like,
okay,
we're enjoying seeing all of the theories out there, is what
yeah,
they're
the
saying. And it's like,
theories,
yeah, we know that you like to just, toy with us and
the
enjoy the
theories
theories
are
that
a
are out
thing.
there.
But yeah, if you do want to go read the whole article, like we're not going to read it verbatim, right? They do go into some cool stuff about implications and what that means when you're crafting a story and how to make moments impactful, like how they built Arena up for so long. Um, the article's more about why her death scene was impactful as opposed to what's going to happen, right?
Hmm.
Like the title will kind of have you believe that it's going to be a little more informative than it is. But yeah, it's mostly about the impact of the moment rather than the fallout.
Yeah. I think I was most surprised by who they gave that interview to, that it was Forbes and not like the
Again,
MMORPG interview that they also gave.
trying to get the Wall Street types of Guilders one or Guilders two. It's a subtle strategy to get whales into their game. They're like, we need people with more money playing Guild Wars 2.
So if I step
Let's
off
do
a
a
gem store,
Forbes interview.
oh my god, no. I didn't even know that Forbes had a gaming section.
I didn't either.
Um, so that goes to show you how much I pay attention. I mean, I know that newspapers like the New York Times and the Washington Post do,
Next time you're going to see
but
him
I
in the
didn't
Wall
know
Street
Forbes
Journal.
magazine did. So hey,
Wall Street Journal talking about Thunderhead Keep.
they also have a gaming section.
Do they really? The
Yes,
Wall Street
the
Journal?
Wall Street Journal. Yeah.
No
If
way.
I'm not mistaken, you can Google it and chat. Someone can
No
prove me wrong
way.
if I'm wrong. It's
That's
fine
incredible.
if I am. But yeah, I'm always surprised. Hello, can you hear me?
I can.
Oh, okay. All of a sudden, I saw like no audio going on OBS.
No, you look good. But yeah, I like. I'm just as I was reading it, I was just like, this is semi interesting, but really mostly fluff, right? It's really mostly fluff in that article. So if you want to go read it, it's got some like interesting discussion on the craft, right?
Yes.
But other than that, it's fluff for the most
Yeah, they
part.
don't. If you're expecting an answer, they don't really give you one. Other
Yeah.
than we wanted to make it impactful.
Yeah, other than like we wanted it to be a big moment, right? That's
Yeah,
their
and
whole,
it
their whole
and I mean they've gone for these big moments before, but I thought it was more their biggest moment still was when they had the commander die in Path of Fire. Spoiler if you didn't play Path of Fire story.
I don't know.
Um,
See, and that moment didn't resonate with me either because I'm like, well, they're not going to delete my character. Like, what
well,
kind of?
no, but it was still like, oh my gosh, they actually did it. To me,
I
at
don't
least.
know. For me, it was just like, oh, come on, my character doesn't die. Like, I was like, I didn't like that I didn't get a choice, right? I didn't get. They were just like, you died. I'm like, no, I didn't. I was doing fine. I beat the whole fight.
I know,
What's
I was
wrong with
winning the
you?
whole time.
I beat the whole fight and I'm dead. Screw
Yeah,
this game.
I did like how they did it though. I was impressed.
I mean, I know a lot of people are. I talked about this on like the first episode, but that didn't we lost that, right? But it's this thing that's been a thing since Game of Thrones got popular. Is like people have to die for your story to mean anything. Everyone's got to die. There's got to be death every episode. I'm so over it.
I know.
I'm so over it, dude.
Yeah, it's a trope, obviously, for storytelling. um,
It's become a trope. Like it
it
was,
has become a trope. It
yeah.
has.
It's really something that writers have just jumped on ever since Game of Thrones really became popular. I don't know. It seems like a trend that they're chasing to me.
Gillian's brings up the point that if if Aurene is actually dead, we wouldn't be able to. What's the point of that mastery? We got to bond,
It's
um,
just it's just
dismount.
skill. It's just skills versus narrative. There's dissonance there all the time.
I think they the well, I mean, we've talked about this already probably to death about the whole, she ate Joko. She's ascended now because we got to fight her doppelganger just like she would have, like we had to do in Guild Wars 1 in Ascension. Plug, plug, go play Prophecies, but level up somewhere else. Um, yeah.
I think the branded Aurene is more pointing to what's going to happen in the future. But that's just me. I think Aurene might come back, but I don't think she'll be friendly anymore. Winku.
So what? So we replace Kralkatorrik with another unfriendly dragon?
No, Aurene, like Kralkatorrik's still there, right? And now
Or
he's
we
got her
just use Aurene,
now.
the
And now
unfriendly Aurene to go plug into the hole that Zaitan or Mordremoth
here's
left?
another cliche for you. Now we have to go put down Aurene, who we loved so much before.
Dude, that would suck.
Yeah, they I am legended us.
No. Dude, if they do that, I would like flip the table and leave.
Yeah,
No.
it's coming. Prepare yourself.
No, dude, no. Enemy of my enemy. No. Um so yeah, so Aurene, I think we've probably talked this to death. Oops. Um but yeah, mm, I don't know, we'll see. I don't think we've seen the end of Aurene.
But yeah, the
In
reason we don't
in
know is
some
because
way.
they didn't give us
They
an answer
didn't tell us
to
anything.
the
Yeah.
article. So
So
look forward to the next patch in May, everybody. Next Living World. I made that up.
yeah, when is that coming? Because we have still not gotten any new Requiem
Well,
stories, which I was surprised
if
about.
they go by a 2.5 month cadence, we would get it in March, right? But they've been riding the 3.5, 4 month line.
Yep,
But April has Super Adventure Box.
yep,
They don't like putting out story while festivals are going.
exactly.
Evidence points to May, unfortunately.
I would prefer March,
I would
obviously.
too. If they
Um,
do it in May, that is 5 months because it's the beginning of January this came out,
mhm,
right?
mhm.
We're already a month deep. So if they wait till May, that's 5 months.
That's too
That's not
long.
within their two and a half to three
No,
and a half
I
month
think they
cadence.
really do need to stick to the cadence that they have been.
And
The
I
two to
had
3 month
people,
cadence is it works for them. They need to stick with it.
well, and the thing is, they've been late several times now.
I know.
They've been late several times now. My chat was telling this to me the other day because I was like, oh, I don't think they've been late that much, right? But when you actually math it out, they actually have. They've been late several times.
How much late have they been? Oh my
Well,
God, that was a terrible sentence, but how late have they been is a
let's
better.
put it this way. The episode before this last one was September of 2018.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, and then we don't get one till January 2019.
Yeah, that's four
That's
months. And that was
almost four
probably,
months.
yeah, and that should have been out like November, but they probably
Mhm.
delayed it because of Winter's Day.
Holidays, yeah. Halloween and Winter's Day.
Yeah.
I don't know why they can't release a story with a holiday, but they won't do it. So that really conflicts with their 2 to 3 month cadence a lot. And I don't think they thought that through when they announced that cadence.
Yeah, I don't know.
So,
Um, I will say that, it's possible that we get a current events in March. Um, if we were to get a current events at all, I would have expected to see it be the Requiem stories if they'd launched them in game rather than have them as blog posts on their website.
yeah, not even blog posts.
Well,
Twine interactive adventures.
yes.
What a weird format, dude.
Hmm.
What a weird format. It's fine. Like, I'm not complaining, but what a weird format.
Yeah. But I was, like I was saying, I was surprised that we didn't get another story. At least one. One more.
Yeah.
What's up with
I
that?
mean, no, I mean, we will, right? Like, they have
Well,
two
yeah.
announced. They're slated. It's surprising they didn't come out yet, right? I thought they would have at least had the other one out within, like, I thought they were gonna, they didn't say anything, right? They didn't make any promises, but I just assumed it would be every 2 weeks because that's kind of,
Yeah, what they usually do for
yeah,
things.
with like stuff,
Yeah.
right? Um, but yeah,
I mean,
I don't
granted,
know.
they had got hit by Snowpocalypse, but
Maybe it'll be
again,
like one a month or something. Like maybe we'll get one next month. I'm not
which
sure.
if we were to get one a month, that would be March, that would be April, that would be
Yeah.
May. No, guys,
And
guys,
then
don't
in
do
May
that.
we get the next episode, and then we get season 5, episode 1 in October.
October. Yeah, not good. I'm not liking that.
Now we're down
Um,
to 2 episodes a year. They're transitioning us towards Guild Wars 3. We're transitioning towards autopilot for Guild Wars 2.
yeah.
Next thing you
The
know, they're going to reveal that there's a 4-person team on Living World, and the rest of the devs are working on Guild Wars 3.
which is what happened for Heart of Thorns, right? I mean, it was severely reduced.
That's what happened with Guild Wars 1. They were like, yeah, there's 4 people making Guild Wars Beyond. Enjoy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Um, Josh brings up in chat the crackpot theory that season 5 is actually the revision of season 1.
That wouldn't go over well
I
with
don't.
people who played season 1,
Mm-mm.
but people who didn't play it might like it.
Because I will say, having transitioned now, as I have, between the personal story and season 2, that little recap that Ellen McKay tells you in Lion's Arch is, you know, it's
It's weak.
unsatisfying. It's very weak. I mean, it's a stopgap, and obviously you can go externally to see summaries that are a little bit more
There's a really
complete.
good YouTube video on it.
Yes.
Somebody has a really comprehensive season 1
Which
YouTube
they've
video.
actually, the official Guild Wars 2 social media channels have actually promoted.
Yeah.
Um, but it's not ideal.
No, I mean in games like, and we get what, some fragmented fractals.
Freckles.
We get some really like piecemeal fractals on season 1.
Yeah.
Like people who came in after season 1 are like, so what are Aether Blades? Right? You're in a fractal with these guys, and they're just
Yeah.
like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
You
Why? And
know?
then the jumping puzzle. That's how they're. Why are they here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why is
They've
this
got some
here?
holes now. Out, that's out. But I mean, these holes have existed.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
for current events in March is what Arctic said a while back. Yeah. What would they say? I don't know.
Yeah. Current events. Oh boy, current events.
I
I never play current events. I'm
oh
sure
I
they're good. I never do
some
it.
of them are nice bridges.
I
But
played the Reforged Calibolg one. That
yeah,
was
that was
it.
a good one.
And that was really mostly because there was a free ascended weapon in it.
Yeah. Mhm. Or
But yeah,
5.
otherwise, I kind of fell off of them. You know that one where you had to go kill all the rampaging bloodstone crazed creatures?
Yes, which I did for the skin of for the eye skin, the
I
crazed.
didn't.
Yeah,
That
dude,
was like, I was like, yeah, I'm not doing that one. Sorry.
it's a good one. Yeah, but again, those things are easier done when you've got a Zerg there along to fight along with you. So some of the
Yeah.
current events that are still in the world because you can replay them um, are more difficult because
Hmm.
players aren't just they're just not congregating around them. It's
Chat
like
asks, is that weapon actually free? It is. Yeah, it's straight up free. You just get
straight
a
up
free
free.
ascended item. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you can, if you've got Heart of Thorns characters, more than one character who's played through the Heart of Thorns story all the way through, you can get up to 5 because there are
Yeah, I
5
think there
weapons.
is a way, isn't there, to,
You can exchange them.
yeah, you can at least, I don't know if you can get a new ascended weapon, but you can get all the skins. There's definitely a way
You
to
will
get all
get
the
weapons.
skins. Do
Yeah.
you? You get a
Yes,
new
because
weapon?
you'll get a broken Calibolg for each player that's played through, for each character that's played through
I
the story,
assumed it was account bound.
and you can go through the whole reforging quest and get a different weapon each time.
Yeah. Chat asks, why is season 1 unplayable? Because the updates were deleted. The original way that stuff was put in
Yeah,
was they put in an update, it was live for however many
two
weeks, and
weeks.
then yeah, 2 weeks, and then they killed it.
Yeah. It was, they were trying to make a living world actually be a living world, like you had to be there type thing.
Yeah, and
Um,
then it turned out that was completely unsustainable.
well,
Shocker.
it was unsustainable too because the development cadence for them was insane
Yeah, well,
to
and it's
push
just
out
like,
content every 2 weeks.
I
Um,
know like the idea of having a world that's alive is novel,
yeah,
right? But in practice, what you're doing is you're putting money and resources into something to then delete it,
yeah,
to then throw it in the garbage.
right. Which is why
That's
they,
insane.
yeah, which is why they swapped the living world over to the episode
Yeah,
releases that you can replay and are
yeah,
instanced. For the most part, the all of the content there is instanced.
yeah. Chad, who thought that would be a good idea?
Someone,
I don't know.
I don't know.
But
It was
the
worth a
people in
shot. I
charge,
think it was brave of them to try it.
I get the idea behind going forward with it, right? They're
Yeah,
like, this is new, nobody's done this, let's
let's
be
give it a
that
try.
guy.
Yeah,
Because that's what Arenanet likes being, is that
and
guy.
and it was cool to play through because everyone was playing through it at the same time. But the
It's because
downside of
everybody
that,
thought they had to.
well, because you had to. If you missed it, it was gone. You couldn't play it.
Yeah.
And that was the downside. So there are parts of season one that I never played because I was either traveling or something.
I
Um,
missed probably a good half of it
I missed the
myself.
whole Dragon Bash thing. I missed when they introduced Marjorie, when they
I
introduced
missed
My
the Molten
Tran.
Alliance. Yeah, I missed the introduction of Marjorie, Casimir, Rox, Bram. I missed all that.
Yeah,
Like I'm aware of like I've watched the video and
yeah,
all that good stuff, but yeah, I didn't get to play it.
yeah. So innovation for the sake of innovation is not always progress. Yeah, that is very true, Josh. Um,
Chat says they liked it, but saw it as a sub fee, basically making people log in. And you should be making people log into your game. People should want to log into your game.
right,
And you know what's going to make people log into your game? Content being there,
right.
not content not being there.
Yeah.
If you're playing a game and then you log in, you have to take a 2 week break and you log in after that. And they're like, yeah, sorry, there's this update, but it's gone and you can never play it again. You're just like, well, moving on, next game.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to keep playing. Like that sucks,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they basically just wanted to be that company that does the crazy things, right? And it kind of got them in hot water
Yeah.
back at launch.
But so I don't know. I mean, a lot of players have been, well, a good chunk, I would say majority of players have been asking for season one to be reintroduced in some way.
Oh, I think
But
they
I
should.
think I think it's probably on the table somewhere. But who knows if they've got whole notebooks covering that part of the table. I don't know.
It's it's going to be an astronomical amount of work for very little payoff, right?
Yeah.
Because if they re-implement it, what's the most they can monetize with it? They can sell it on the gem store for 200 gems.
Yeah.
Maybe since it's a full season, they could sell it for 1,200 or whatever a full season costs.
Well, and there were some of the open, because a lot of it was open world, like the map wide open world events that happened with, like, for example, Scarlet's invasions. How would you recreate that?
You would just have to instance it,
You'd have
right?
to instance it, which
They're not gonna recreate
you
open
can't.
world
Yeah,
stuff.
I
The
mean, you could
only
definitely
exception I
instance
would
it.
say is they might reintroduce the marionette as a open world boss
I would be
because
down for that.
to this day, people love that
It
boss.
was so good.
Yeah,
It was
so
such a
that
good boss.
like if they brought it all, if they brought the whole season back, I could see that making it back in as an open world event. But that's I don't see them open. Like I don't see them re-adding. Like the battle for Lion's Arch has to be instanced, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can't just trash Lion's Arch again,
No. Yeah, it would
Um,
probably be as enjoyable as Claw Island or something like that. The Battle for Lion's Arch was a lot. It was pretty cool to play through.
mhm.
But yeah,
I am glad I was there for that one. That was
yeah, that
wild.
was cool.
I am glad I was there for the Battle for Lion's Arch. Chat has a theory for implementing season one as a time travel entity with season five. Never put time travel in your story.
Can't do it.
Don't do that. Yeah,
Yeah.
never put time travel in your story.
No, I would hope that season five was going to be the bridge to the next expansion. If it's not, I don't
You're
know.
just gonna keep raiding.
I'll keep rating, maybe.
You were gonna threaten something. It's like, let's be honest, you'll keep raiding.
I don't know.
You'll
We'll
keep
see.
raiding, and I'll keep farming gold.
It's what we do.
Yeah.
It's what we do best. Uh,
Yep.
so, other things that we've got in our show notes here: potential balance changes have been rumored amongst some players. Nothing that I have seen publicly posted anywhere. I've seen a couple of tweets speculating,
Hmm.
um, but
Basically, the game is
we're
in
kind
dire
of
need
in.
of a balance patch.
Would don't they usually do these between PvP seasons? Where are we with PvP season? Since you PvP and I don't, or you PvP occasionally and I don't.
They should never launch a PvP season without doing a balance
Well,
patch the week
yes,
before.
yes.
But they do. They do.
But our last balance patch
Early
was
December.
early December, so we're probably due for one
Late November, early December. One of those two.
December-ish.
But yeah, I
If we
don't
have
like
changes.
their pattern of doing balance patches during a PvP season. I'm not a fan of that. I think they should do it like the week before or on the day of launching the new PvP season. Because like So I talked about this before. In my experience in PvP this season, it's been lower population than the last couple
Hmm.
seasons. And the reason for that is that the meta has not changed for a couple balance patches now.
Yeah.
And I mean the meta is in like what classes are good and what classes are not.
Hmm.
The big exception being Mirage got a huge buff and now it's a
Cancer.
problem, right?
Yeah, I know. I
Yeah.
keep saying that. I see, keep seeing those posts on the subreddit.
And people are tired of it. People are tired of Soul Beast. People are tired of Mirage. All right. They're sick of it, and we desperately need to shake that up a little bit. Like, whatever you want to do, just shake it up. People are tired of, I mean, not even PvP. People are tired of, because there's more balance than just PvP, right? People are tired of Chrono being the big bad in raids.
Hmm.
They're sick of it. People are sick of Power Soul Beast and World v World, right? Like, there's so many things that have just been the thing for way too long,
Yeah.
and we need a major shakeup in the game balance right now. People are tired of thieves being terrible at everything, right? Like, people are sick of it, man.
Yeah.
So
The one thing that I heard as a rumor again, um, for Chrono, since I main that, is that they're going to find a way to make it so that you can't continuum split your elite skill, which, what are we doing if that's the case? Because continuum split is the entire specialization. And that they're going to take alacrity off of a couple of skills.
here's
Um,
my
and
theory.
I'm like, okay, fine, but you can replace other classes to do that, but I don't get it.
My theory is that Mesmer conceptually, from the get go, from the 2007 get go, is an overpowered concept.
Oh yeah,
It's too powerful. It's an overpowered class.
it's so good.
You can literally make copies of yourself that are indistinguishable from the player.
Yeah,
That's ridiculous.
you can have your clones go and tank something, and you just sit there and you're
Yeah,
like pew pew.
I don't know. And I know like all the heavy PvPers in the chat are going to be like, I deal with mesmers on a daily basis. I know, but like it takes a lot of practice to be able to, right? Just to be able to surmount that one stupid thing about the class. Whereas with a different class, you could go into actually combating the rest of their skill bar
Mm-hmm.
right away, right?
Yeah, counterplay.
There's just, yeah, and then you've got Chronomancer that can continuum split.
Mm-hmm.
What? Right? Like that breaks PvE, essentially
Yeah,
breaks it. you know?
I
And
mean
then you've got Mirage, which is literally good at everything.
everything.
There is not something that Mirage is bad at.
No,
It is a perfect class.
it's awesome.
That is a problem.
I know. I know.
Yeah,
It's Mesmer as a whole has always had a lot of just awesomeness to it, and like you're saying, and that is what make it brings a lot of utility to every single game mode.
you can
And
literally attack while you dodge. You can
yes,
attack while you dodge.
yes, that's Mirage. Yeah.
Change
So,
it.
I mean, I understand why Mesmer needs to be balanced. As a Mesmer main now, I'm like, please no, I don't want to re-gear again. But I do
But
understand
you've
why he
got all
needs it.
those raid tokens, all those free
I know,
ascendants.
but it still
Easy.
means that I have to re-gear, which is
You know what I th-
annoying.
you know what I have to do when I want an ascended gear set? I have to shell out 400 gold to craft it.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Don't you have fractal tokens? Or
I spent
tickets?
everything on ad infinitum.
What about your WW tickets? What happened with that?
Spent it all on Warbringer and legendary armor.
Have you finished your legendary armor, by the way? I'm just curious.
I am probably like 300 or 400 gold off finishing it.
Yeah, I'm kind of like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I decided to stop and go play Iron Man. So I guess I'll never finish
I'm sorry.
it. So yeah, that's about where I'm at with the balance. I'm
Yeah,
so tired of Mesmer. I'm so tired of Ranger.
I'm sorry.
Axe of both. I play it. I play Ranger. I play Power Soul Beast in World v World.
I
I
know.
play Boon Beast in PvP. And I still hate it. I still hate it, dude. Axe them both. Just shred them. Shred them right out of the meta.
Um, yeah. I wonder if the next balance patch is going to make more splits between the PvP modes and PvE. Um, I know
I'm,
that people have been calling for more of that to happen, and I think that's probably a good thing.
Hmm. Yeah, no, people want split balance so bad because things that are a problem in one thing aren't in another. Mirage isn't the end of the world in PvE, right? Whereas it's absolutely rancid in PvP. Like Power Soul Beast isn't a huge problem in PvP, but it's an issue in World v World just because of how range works and the open space you're dealing with and how you can sneak up on people. Power Soul Beast isn't going to be nearly as nice in PvP as Boon Beast, right?
Right.
So there are these different metas in the different game modes, and split balance would affect that so much better. Um, like they did split balance for Guild Wars 1 because it
Yeah.
was just a no-brainer, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
why wouldn't
Yeah.
you?
Yeah, I'm not. I still don't
No,
understand why they've been reluctant to do it in Guild Wars 2. I get that it's
it's
three
more
different
work.
modes.
Yeah, it's
Um,
more work.
but yeah,
Judges in chat, split balance exists already. It does. Yeah, no,
yeah,
it
it
totally
does.
does. Just not like fully and completely, right? Like not like every skill isn't different in every game mode, you know?
Yes.
There's PvE and PvP. Yeah. Yeah. Very important.
I think the point that we're, at
The
least that I was
it's
making, is that
about
players have been calling for more of the splits to happen, more
I
splitting.
mean more about World v World than anything.
Hmm.
I mean more about World v World. And I know there are some differences, like how targeting is different in World v World. There's a few different things about World v World. I would love it across the board, though. I would love it across the board.
So
But yeah, there's rumors that a rebalance could be on the horizon.
yeah,
So
whether it be next week or in a couple of weeks, we shall see.
those are my
Um,
biggest beefs. Is
if it's coming, I they haven't announced anything on the official forums yet, as they tend to. But they've also tended to announce that sometimes the day before that goes in. So
Mhm.
pay attention to the forums on Monday if you care about balance, because if it's coming on Tuesday, that's when we'll see something.
Yeah. And Jaw just makes a good point in the chat. Soul Beast is the best duelist in the game now with really easy 1v2s.
Yeah,
You're right, dude, because I'm an idiot and I can 1v2 on Soul Beast.
yeah,
I literally chucked the build on my bar.
yeah.
I just
That's what I
threw
did.
it on
Uh huh.
and I went into the games and I was like, wow, I'm sitting on the far point and no one can kill me.
Mhm.
I don't even know how to play this build.
Yeah,
Like, it's so ludicrously effective. Jaw just
yeah,
it loses almost zero matchups. It really does.
yeah.
Like it's
It
stupid.
made me have fun in PvP, so hey, +1 to that.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoy it when I'm playing it, but even when I'm playing it, I'm just like, this is stupid.
Yeah,
You know, it's a problem. Like I'm not in high tier PvP, but it's telling. It's
yeah.
telling.
Yes. All right. So what else have we got? Any other roundups, ideas, thoughts you've got on PvP balance coming potentially? I mean, we were kind of going on pure speculation here. So
I was wondering what you think could be changed for raid balance.
for raid balance, if they take yet another skill away, that gives alacrity, I think you're going to see chronomancers focusing on quickness, exclusively. I don't think you're going to lose chronomancers as tanks because they've got too much utility. Makes them very good tanks. You could see a few more classes tanking though. In some of the higher tier groups, probably. I think your normal groups will still be running chrono tanks, and alacrity renegades in
Wow.
combination with quickness chronos.
But yeah, and that's the thing about the raid community is it mostly just adapts, right? Like it mostly just
That's what we
adapts.
do.
Whereas if you get your like PvPers, if you get your PvP build taken away, I did this back in November.
Hmm.
Um, you cry about it, right? Like when they took Elixir U away from me, through a tantrum.
Yeah.
Chat makes an interesting point that ANET Ben, one of he's Frapnel
Ain't it, Ben?
dev question mark,
Uh,
said that 70% of players use the same build for all game modes. Ooh, I used to do that. I used to
yeah.
do that. Oh, dude, I used to go into PvP on my PvE Guardian build.
After seeing,
I'm pretty much traumatized from Twitch chat after doing that.
yeah, after seeing some players come into raids with obvious open world builds, and then not being able to survive or do anything, then yes, I believe that.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, Ain't is cool.
Apparently, chat corrected me as a PvP dev. Yeah, I'm
Yes.
not. not up to snuff on like the titles. You know, I don't know stuff. I don't know stuff, guys. What am I doing here? What am I doing on Twitch doing a podcast? It's my problem.
Yeah. Um,
But yeah, I'd love a
SPVP
shake up.
builds working as roaming in WW, perhaps
Ish, you know, like
ish.
because
Yeah.
I mean, because as a roamer, the fights you're going to run into that you're going to need to be valid for are 1v1s and 1v2s, right? So yeah, you can run an SP and SPVP builds usually contain decent mobility too, right? Because
Yeah.
that's important in PvP. So you can totally roam on SPVP builds. But like Power Soul Beast, you play in PvP, and Power Soul Beast, you play in WW, run slightly different trade sets just to adapt to the environment.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean overall, you can totally run an SPVP in WW roamer. But it like and Kilianzel in chat is a big world v worlder, and she knows that you have to really start to run specific builds if you want to be an effective Zerg
Yeah.
in the ZVZ scene. So it changes between ZVZ and solo roaming.
I only solo roam, dude. And escapability is key.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Mesmer
Yeah.
Rhythmic, thank you. And stealth. So we'll see what happens. Again, pay attention to the official forums on Monday if you're looking to see if a balance patch will be coming on Tuesday. Hopefully they will give us advance warning
Hmm.
on what might be coming. Um, so yeah, if it doesn't
Yeah,
happen
keep an
this
eye out
week,
on Tuesday.
just keep an eye on things even next week as well, since we're not going to have a show. Um, the last thing or item here on our show notes is gem store items. I already showed off the Wings of Love.
You did.
I did.
You did. The
Which now
Wings of
have
Love.
a backpack, and they look really good on Asura.
You know what? You know what I'll say about the Wings of Love? They're a lot better than most of the wings available. They're shaped
They have a nice shape.
properly. They're not like these weird way
Hmm.
out. Like they're actually I'm not like I don't have any pink characters, so they don't really work for me.
Yeah.
But as far as wings go, they're not a bad looking pair of wings if you want to be winged, right?
Winged.
If you wish to be winged,
Yes.
that's the way to go.
Yeah. I still have to pick up the backpack skin on my main account because I got the Wings of Love glider when it first came out a couple years ago.
Yeah,
Um,
it is a recurring item. It's not brand new for
yeah.
sure.
I got it to troll a raider. It was good.
And then you
um,
trolled me with it.
I did. It was good. I mean, you were just asking for it. I just had to do it. I couldn't not do it after you were just hating on them on Twitter this week.
And I had to do the whole show wounded as a
It's
result.
okay.
Entire wounded show.
Other things that came out in the gem store: Flying Boar glider, which is available for 500 gems, and I
No,
believe it's still in.
no
Um,
comment.
I can't.
Imagine buying that and then using it. Imagine that. Just picture
That's not the
yourself
one
doing.
I previewed it and I just went, I can't.
Yeah,
Can't
no.
be floating
I
with
haven't
you.
seen anybody use it.
Yeah.
That can't have sold well. I'm just throwing that out there.
The Earthshaker mining tool is out for 1,000 gems.
Do
Has a
you
really
buy
cool.
these?
I don't. I've gotten a few, not any of the new ones. I've gotten the Unbound Magic one because I wanted more Unbound Magic when that was a thing. Um, but
Jaw just says he bought the pig glider
did
for the
you?
oinks.
Do you like it?
I think I'll correct myself. A lot of people
It
like silly
oinks.
a lot of people
Oh,
like silly items. So yeah, no, actually, I would see a lot of people buying it.
I will say that I appreciate that they put sound effects on some of these glider skins. So if that one oinks, that's precious.
Countdown
I'm
until
gonna have to find
countdown
you a
until
clip of it.
countdown until they
It gives off a
put a
good squeal.
put a
I want to
legendary
see a link
glider
of
skin
that.
on the gem store.
Yeah. The Earthshaker mining tool has a pretty cool animation. If you remember, if you played through it to become the hero of Shaymore, that first opening Earth Elemental hand thingy that you had to fight, it kind of reminds me of that. When it so
Kind of
that was
cool.
it. I was like, oh, that's nice that they've reused that asset to put into something that you can see every day.
Like those animations on the gathering tools are usually pretty neat. I think the coolest one for me is the solar one that like opens
Yeah.
a portal to the heavens and harvests
Yeah.
your ore. I'm like, wow, that's excessive. You know, like I'm just
Yeah.
mining a node. Calm down.
But thank you for the bling on it because
Yeah,
some of them
like
can be
thank
at a
you for
bit.
siphoning my ore through the space-time continuum into my inventory.
Yeah, I've got the
But
The frost wasp gathering tool that like
One,
freezes a tree.
one of the random ones that they
Yeah.
came out with. They came out with a lot of weird ones.
Yeah.
I have the Unbound Magic ones, and then I just have the generic ones on my
Yeah.
other characters because I want them for Infinite Gathering. I don't care about the animation really.
Right.
I just don't want to have to buy
Do you
gathering
use
tools
the
anymore.
glyphs in them?
I use the free one we got. I don't buy them though.
Yeah, I
They're
have the
a
free one
little
and I
too
still haven't equipped it anywhere because I'm like,
like. Oh no, you should equip it. Did you get the leather one? Tell me you got
I
the leather
did.
one.
I did.
Okay, yeah, no, equip that.
Yeah.
The
I'll have to
leather
do that.
is valuable.
Yeah,
There's
okay.
money in that. I mean,
There's
all you do is raid though, so you don't gather anyway.
I do gather.
When's the
I
last time you gathered something?
Today I went out. I told you I was playing story, so I've been out in the world,
I didn't
seeing
know they had
things,
gathering nodes in Living
seeing
World
more
Season
than just,
2
the
instances.
inside of the aerodrome and raid wings.
Seeing some sights. Good
Seeing
stuff.
some sights because you know what? This game is beautiful and there's a lot to see.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get the like I said, I do want more because I want all my characters outfitted with them,
Yeah,
but
get them
I
when
only
they're
buy
on
the
sale.
generic ones because they're cheaper.
Yeah.
So
The other item, new item, that's in the gem store is the club chair, which, if you pay attention to Twitter, you'll will have seen some memes. Also, the subreddit probably memed it up well. It looks really cute on Asura because the Asura just kind of sits in the corner.
does not look good on big characters.
Does not look good on big characters. Like really bad on big. Like char. If you're a char
Like
main
you
or a
don't
Norn
fit.
main, I'm
You
sorry.
you don't fit.
Especially if you're a Norn male. Yeah, the chair looks like you're sitting in a mini chair, and it's not a good look.
Well, and I don't know if you've ever played Fallout,
Mm-mm.
but I'm someone who's played a lot of Fallout. For anybody in the chat who's played Fallout, I swear they grabbed this chair straight off of the Fallout 4 asset folder. Like this chair is literally like pixel for pixel in Fallout.
Yeah,
All right.
I saw you tweet about that.
Yeah, it's literally like an asset flip from Bethesda.
That's funny,
Yeah.
but it's a good looking chair. And
It- It's it's all right. I got the Doom Throne, so I don't care about it.
you wait, you got the Doom Throne.
It's on the trading post,
I
man.
know it's on the trading post.
600 gold, all mine.
Ugh. I
To
know
be fair, it's down to 400 gold
you
right now. I've
convinced
lost
Josh to
money on
get
it.
it, and every time he whips it out and raids, I'm like, Josh, what are you doing? We haven't beaten this guy yet.
It's all about the money. It's
Ah,
all about the money. You can pay your way to it. Pay
yes.
to win.
No, I can't do it.
Pay to chair.
Pay to chair. I'll probably have enough gating crystals to buy it soon. And then I'll probably get it as a drop and sell it on the trading post because why not?
Chat says I probably bought one of the ones they sold. Probably. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Most likely.
Yeah.
Chat also says we need more WW events like the spring and fall tournaments from 2014. Yeah, dude. We did a whole chat about that earlier. If you want to catch the VOD on YouTube tomorrow.
Oh my goodness,
But
yes.
yeah, we totally do.
Yeah. I thought that they were good ideas, the seasons. I'm sorry that I call you out for it on raids every time, Josh.
Rip.
I just think it's amusing and ironic.
See, since it's on the trading post, it no longer becomes a mark of having defeated a raid boss. It becomes
Uh,
an I have money to play with.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is. It's
Yes.
not. It doesn't say I beat Doom.
No.
What it
Which is
says,
which is why it makes me sad that they made it tradable.
they. I agree
I
with you that
I
they
think they
shouldn't have.
should have left it as a prestige reward.
Because the gold pile you get from Wing Six that is not tradable.
Mm-hmm.
That's the coolest chair in the game by
It is a cool.
default
Yeah, it is a cool chair.
because you can't trade it.
You can't trade it, and you have to complete the meta,
Yeah.
the wings meta, in order to earn it.
It is
It's not a drop.
leaps and bounds the best chair.
It's really cool.
Absolutely, hands down.
I do
Can't
like
be.
it.
Yeah.
I still would like the Doom chair. So
It's
one day
visually, I still like the gold pile better. But the Doom
the
chair
gold
is
pile
my
is
second favorite
yeah.
after the Doom chair is my second favorite after
And
the
Wing
gold
Six
pile.
is pretty fun.
If you say so.
I haven't faced Kadim yet, but Wing Six is a pretty fun wing. It's kind of neat to see the inside of
I was
the Mystic
I was
Forge.
actually saying the other day, if Coalescence is good enough,
You'll raid.
it might get me in there.
Ah, Josh.
If that
No,
ring is
somebody
good
clip that.
enough, if I have to have that ring, I might
Yeah.
stick it out.
Yeah, you'll be raiding with us soon.
Throw Banner Slave Warrior on there and get in the
There you
game.
go. That's all you need. It's just come
Yeah,
on. Just come to the dark side. Come and raid with us.
I might have to. If Coalescence is good, if it's trash, whatever.
How much is the Doom chair now? I don't know. I'm not in
It's
game.
like four
Somebody,
hundos. Yeah, it's about four
somebody go
hundos.
onto like one of the efficiency sites or something.
Yeah, I think it's
Spidey,
like 400
GW2
gold the last
Spidey.
time I looked at it. It's not too bad. Ed Rando says 334 on order, 475 for an insta
See,
buy.
there you go. Thank you, Edrendo.
Yeah.
Yeah,
When I bought it, it was 615, so it's gone down.
it has gone down. Yes.
I mean, it was like 1,000 when it first came out, so it's
Mm-hmm.
really gone
It's
down.
a good chair. It's a
Yeah.
good chair.
I would have paid up to 800 for it. I really like it. I would have paid up to 800 for it.
Yeah, I know. You got all that farming gold and you open up lucky envelopes, unlike me.
Yeah, but I mean, my gold. Okay, so I my like you might think I have a lot of gold. I have a pathetic amount of gold
You
compared to
farm a
people
lot.
who
No,
have
my point is that
30
you farm a
accounts.
lot. No, I
I
know
do
you.
farm a lot, yeah. But I
So,
don't have 30 accounts, so my
no.
account is still worthless. I could farm 12 hours a day and my account would
But
still be
your account
worthless.
is not worthless because you have a lot of legendaries on it.
But here's the thing. It's not a lot anymore. This was a lot of legendaries in like 2016. Now, dude, I've had people come by my stream that have 39.
Well, I mean, do they have
Like it,
39 accounts as well?
you can't win anymore. You
It's
just can't win
okay.
anymore.
It's all
That's
right.
why you might as well delete your account and go play Iron Man forever.
There you go. That's what you're going to do now.
Sorry, I'm so depressed about my account in comparison to other people's.
It's okay. Don't compare that, then you'll be happy.
I'm gonna play single player games for the rest of my life now.
Oh god. All right, I think we're waffling now, so it's time to
A
bring
little
the
bit.
show to a close.
Yeah.
All right. Aaron, where can the good folks find you?
Twitch.tv/Guild Wars Monk, and then Guild Wars Monk on Twitter at Guild Wars Monk, and Guild Wars Monk on YouTube. Just Guild Wars Monk everywhere, guys.
Hmm.
Go find me. Go search and find.
Search and find. Search and
Yeah.
rescue. No.
I stream pretty much every night
He
on
does.
Twitch.
He's a very active streamer, unlike me, that I'm a like, casual when I feel like it streamer.
But you have a podcast.
I do now
Yeah,
because you badgered me into it again. It's okay. It happens. We have fun, so it's good.
exactly.
You can find me on twitch.tv/InkySticks or on Twitter at InkySticks. I do have a YouTube channel, which is also probably InkySticks. Yes, it is. So yeah, you can find me as well. I don't have anything up on my YouTube channel because I don't stream.
You got to
Um,
change that.
it'll happen when I have more time, I guess.
Make those highlight
Thank you,
videos.
Killian for the follow. I appreciate it. Highlight, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Right now, I'm my goal is to kill Doom, and then I will be happy. And
Fair.
then I might stream more because right now Doom has become the bane of my existence. I just
Do you
want to
dream
kill him.
about him?
No,
Mm.
that would be
It's
bad.
coming. Trust me. It's
It'll
coming.
probably come. Yeah.
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 Think about him during work on the drive home
Yeah. What's the next strat that we can
while
use?
you're at
How can we
Wendy's.
how can we squeeze out just a little bit more DPS to get him out?
Yeah.
But yeah, 19% this week, dude. It's close.
That's not bad.
Phase is
That's
at
only
10. It was good.
Is that good for Doom? Is that good? Like, is that final phase material?
Yeah. Yeah, we should get him soon.
So you just got to work your way past the final phase.
Yeah.
I like
Get to
that.
10%, and then 10% is the final phase where we reseal him.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
So we just need another 9%, and then we can do the 10% phase, and we should have the kill. And then I will never do Doom CM because I don't want to.
I don't know anything about
It's
raiding.
okay. Sorry, you should come by my stream sometime when I decide to stream.
Then I can learn the ways.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Get your
coalescence is
skills up.
good. That's what I'm saying.
All
If
right,
it's
well, uh, let's bust out a 12-hour Doom run. Oh God, Josh, please don't make me cry.
yeah, just is that. Here's the thing: at what hour point in that do you start progressively getting worse instead of getting better?
It can happen pretty
Yeah,
quickly, depending on players how they feel going in and how you're doing. I mean, it's like anything, I guess.
because when we hit hour 3, I'm busting out the alcohol, and
Yeah,
it just goes downhill from
and then it
there.
will go downhill from there. Although that might actually help people loosen up, so maybe people would start rating better. Who knows?
I mean, you start rating worse, but nobody's mad about it.
Exactly. So it just becomes,
Yeah.
the
Then you might get a
midstream.
lucky kill.
Yeah. The forearm
Strats.
Mark 3. We usually do 3. We don't usually have 4 hours, but we went 3 and did we go 3? I think this week, Josh, was it 3 and a little bit? After that, it does get draining. Yes, I agree. I know I had AFK Queen was in my chat this week, and she was like, I used to raid with a group and they would stream for like 6 hours, and I was like, please, why?
Ooh.
I would have. But then and then Arrow pointed out that on Saturdays I do raid for 6 hours, but there is a break in between,
Well,
and
and I
it's two different
can't like
groups.
I can't even stream myself for 6 hours. Like I no.
It's okay.
Can't be done.
Yeah. All right, so that is us. We will have another show in 2 weeks' time.
Hopefully we'll have like a Requiem story to
Hopefully,
talk
we'll
about. I
have
don't
a
know.
Requiem story. Um, our next show is going to be March 2nd. We'll be here at the same time, 8 o'clock Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Pacific. We're going to be working on getting the podcast up on Google Play Podcasts and iTunes.
Yes.
So give us a follow on our Twitter, which is at TyriaNow. And we'll announce that or tweet that out when that is available. And yeah, so we'll catch you next time, guys.
See you later, guys. Thanks for
Thanks
coming
for
by the
hanging out
show.
with us. Appreciate you guys. We will see you next week. Or not next week, in 2 weeks.
See you guys.
Bye.